Hey everyone, Max here.
And I'm Loco. Let's get into today's lesson.
Loco, have you ever felt like you sounded a bit rude when asking a simple question, even when you didn't mean to?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes a direct question like, "Where is the bathroom?" can sound a bit like a command, right?
Exactly. It's not about being mean, it's about the tone. English speakers use indirect questions to soften the blow.
That's the secret sauce. Using indirect questions makes you sound much more polite and professional instantly.
Today, we're going to teach you how to turn those blunt, direct questions into smooth, polite ones.
Let's start with a classic example. If I want to know the time, I shouldn't just walk up to a stranger and say, "What time is it?"
Right? That's very direct. It's grammatically correct, but it can sound a bit impatient.
So, how do we make it softer? We can add a phrase like, "Could you tell me?" Or, "Do you know?"
Exactly. Could you tell me what time it is? Sounds much friendlier.
Wait, did you notice the change in the order? You said, "What time it is," not "What time is it?"
That is the most important rule. In indirect questions, the subject comes before the verb, just like in a regular sentence.
That's a great point. You have to fix the word order back to a normal statement.
Let's try another one. Imagine you're at the office and you need to find the printer.
I usually just shout, "Where's the printer?" across the room.
Please don't do that. Try saying, "Do you know where the printer is?" instead.
I see. "Do you know" is the polite lead-in, and then "where the printer is" the normal sentence structure.
Exactly. It makes the request feel like an invitation for help rather than an order.
I love that. It makes me feel much more confident when I'm talking to my boss.
What about questions that don't have where or what? Like, is the store open?
That's a bit trickier, isn't it? We can't just use the word order trick alone.
We need a connector word. We use if or whether.
So, instead of "Is the store open?" I can say, "Could you tell me if the store is open?"
Perfect. You nailed it. If bridges the gap between the polite phrase and the question.
I like whether too, but if is definitely easier for everyday conversation.
Use whether if you want to sound a little more formal, like in an email.
I have to ask, what happens if someone tries to use do or does inside the indirect part?
Oh, that's a classic mistake. People often say, "Do you know where does he live?"
And that is wrong. You don't need the does. It should be, "Do you know where he lives?"
You drop the helper verb because you've already used do at the beginning of the sentence.
It's like a puzzle. You don't need two pieces of the same shape in one spot.
That's a great way to think about it. Keep it simple and keep the word order straight.
So, we've covered "Could you tell me?" and "Do you know?" and adding if for yes-no questions.
And we remember to fix that tricky word order so the subject comes first.
Max, do you have any tips on how to practice this?
Write down 5 direct questions you ask every day, then transform them into indirect ones.
I'm going to start asking my friends, "Could you tell me if you want pizza?" instead of just, "Do you want pizza?"
That sounds so much more sophisticated.
It really changes the mood of the conversation.
To recap, indirect questions make you sound polite and professional by using phrases like "Could you tell me?" or "Do you know?"
Always remember to put the subject before the verb and use if or whether for yes-no questions.
Start using these today and watch how people react to your new, polished English.
Thanks for joining us, and keep practicing those polite questions. Hope that helped. Hit subscribe for more.
See you next time.